Hey, hello. Didn't see you there. So, I've got some time to kill, and I thought, I've been having a lot of success in ranked recently, and I wanted to share how I did it because I feel like I have some knowledge that not a lot of people do based on my games. So, quick background. I am right now a position 5 player, and so far I've been winning quite a lot of games. For comparison, this was me like 2 or 3 weeks ago, part on the Firefox crop, because I can't really record my screen because I'm on a laptop. But yeah, I was losing basically every game, and I lost like a ton of them. I was like one game from 5.7, and then I went all the way to 5.2 playing support, and I was like, what the fuck is this? But then I learned this one little trick that Valve does not want you to know, and now I'm 5.5. And just to prove to you that I did it with support, so this is my today's solo queue. Then there are some turbo games just for fun. This was party MMR, but this is all solo. Then if we scroll down, this is all solo as well, I believe. And as you can see, I've been winning a ton of games. Now, before that, let's just not look at this. All right. But one thing you might notice is that I am spamming the hell out of Silencer. Now, this might surprise you because Silencer is not really that much of a meta hero right now. In fact, he's pretty much underpicked in my games, and nobody really wants a Silencer on their team, I guess. I have been flamed a few times for picking the hero, but I think he's fine. And one thing I will show you is you don't have to play the most broken of heroes in order to win your lane. And I want to show you exactly how to win your lane as a support. Because again, a lot of people do not understand. So let me create a custom lobby real quick. I think this should be fine. And note, this can be done on both Radiant and Dire. So it doesn't matter what you're playing, like what side you're playing. So yeah, I'm gonna show it on Radiant because Radiant has like a thing that I guess I should mention. But yeah, so what I do, here's my starting purchase. So I buy one ward and one sentry, very important, and a courier obviously because I'm position 5. And I buy Salve, 2 tangos. I give one to mid, so I guess I can do this and then just do this to show you that this is my regular build. And then I buy a mango. If for some reason my position 4 does not want to help me with this, then I just buy this. No big deal. So now I'm gonna give myself a blink real quick. And also turn this on, and start game. And the creeps don't spawn. Alright, great. I guess we will just wait for now. But this is not important, really. What's important is how you play your lane, right? So you come, like the creeps come. Obviously you contest the bounties. So I'm just gonna grab them so they don't annoy me. And then like some shit here happens. Maybe you die, maybe the enemies die. It doesn't really matter. So then you walk something like that, or if you're on Dire, I guess you can position yourself somewhere like here or here. Just be careful not to get killed, because some dual lanes have very good kill potential. And obviously you don't want to get shredded to pieces randomly and feed. So imagine this scenario. So you've been fighting here for a while, because it's been like, 1 minute. And then once the minute hits, you walk up here, and what do you see? Alright, this is not blocked. Nice. This is the most important thing. I repeat, this is literally the most important thing that you have to do. You have to walk here at 1 minute and check if it's blocked or not. You can do it much earlier than me because I was a little bit slow. But what's important, you have to know. Like right now. Yeah, at this point you have to know. If it's blocked, then this is why you have a sentry. Yeah, I forgot to mention, I usually give my ward out to my mid. If I have a second ward, I just give them to my position 4 or my position 3. Because you don't really need the ward in this lane in most cases. Same goes for Dire. Everything I'm gonna tell you goes for Dire as well. So, anyway. Here's what you do. If this is blocked, then... Alright, here, let me do this real quick. Alright, so... If I can showcase the AoE... I don't think I can. That's a shame. Anyway, I guess I just... Yeah, I cannot pause. Why not? So, if you see this blocked, you place the sentry somewhere like here. And I think this should like cover everything. Yeah, or like here. And this should cover everything except for the extreme edge case where they put their ward like right on the edge. But this very rarely happens because usually they're just like, I'll have a ward here, whatever. Very important. You have to deward this. Why? Because this camp is literally the main reason how you win your lane. So say I dewarded this, or I killed the ward here or here or whatever. Alright, nice. So then what you do? No matter what the hell is going on here, unless you're making a kill and you're 100% sure that you can get the kill. So not like, oh, let's run it and maybe something happens. No, that shit don't fly. What you need is certainty. If you're not certain that you're gonna get a kill, don't fucking stay here at like 1 minute or 2 minutes or whatever. You have to run all the way here and pull. So you wait until like 15. I usually wait until 15. Then you hit this guy and then you run. And then you connect the pull. I think the latest time you can do this is like 17 or 18. I mean, it depends on the camp and also on your luck a little bit. And sometimes, like, especially on Dire, I saw this problem that sometimes the camp doesn't aggro fully, so you have to like hit this camp once more. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain verbally. So you farm this. I mean, I missed literally every CS. But that's not important, because what's important is that you're getting XP here and maybe even some gold if you're lucky. You're denying like half a wave over here, so you see only 2 creeps instead of 4. And your carry gets free XP. Like, he gets solo XP and he gets to farm a little bit. Now, you might say, but I'm leaving the carry alone. Alright, yes, you are, but consider this. You are, let's say you're a Lich, you're a meta hero, right? Everyone picks Lich. And you have like a Juggernaut on your lane. And you're playing against Centaur and Grimstroke. Now tell me, if Centaur and Grimstroke go on Juggernaut, are you gonna help much? I think that no, because, well, I guess in the case of Lich, you might actually help him because you have like a frost armor. But in general, if the lane goes to shit, you being present while the carry is dying will not turn the tide of the engagement. In general, sometimes it might work, but normally if your carry is not stupid, then they will not go and man fight 2 heroes when they see that you're not in their lane. So you'll make the pull, you farm it, and then you have like some time before the next pull, so you run around here and you harass and you like cast spells, like, I don't know, throw this out, maybe throw last word out or some shit. Don't level this level 1, it's garbage. But that's beside the point. So you throw a spell out, and you're like, alright, great. So time hits like 3 minutes 15 seconds. What do? You pull, and you keep doing this. You literally, that's your only job in the lane. Now you might ask, but Isn't it more efficient to connect the pool, like from here to here? I mean, sometimes, yeah, but in general, like if you farm here, and I don't know, these guys are fighting somewhere like here, then they can't really contest you. But if you chain pull like that, I might actually miss it. Yeah, I usually do it earlier than this. But if you chain pull, then not only do you have to like stay here and hit this camp repeatedly in order for it to die, because otherwise it's just not gonna die, it's just gonna survive. So it disables you from actually helping in lane, and also the offlaners, like the support duo, like offlane support duo or just the solo offlaner, they can contest this and they can farm this, and this is what you don't want. And then you just keep pulling. Like every time there is a pull available, you can keep pulling. Now, some of the questions I feel, oh my fucking, I feel like I need to address. Why exactly at like 15 seconds? Why not at 45? Well, it's actually good that I missed the pull, because now I'm able to demonstrate what happens when you pull at 45. So make this attack, then you run. And you get hit, whatever. Creeps are like, oh, what's this? And then they run. And then they try to fight the camp. All fine and good. Alright, here's the actual, like, when you have to hit them so they aggro. So the creeps don't run out after killing the first guy. So you farm them, and then whoop-de-doo, you don't have a camp because they didn't spawn. Because you pulled at 45 and the creeps just didn't have time to die. And so it's inefficient. The most efficient thing to do is to make this pull over and over. Now, some of the questions, like, doesn't this push the lane? Well, actually, no, because normally, if the lane is somewhere like here, you just pull, and then suddenly your carry gets like a wave under tower, usually. Or at the very least, like, you're denying creeps. That's still good, even if it like pushes a little bit in the end. That's unimportant, because laning is not about maintaining equilibrium anymore. It hasn't been for like a year, I guess, since the advent of the duo offlane. That's just not relevant. So what's most relevant is you putting your carry in the most advantageous situation possible. And the safest bet for him is to farm under tower, like here or like here or some shit. And that's the place where the guy is gonna be least contested at. And it doesn't matter if the lane pushes afterwards, because then you can make the same maneuver again. Now, what if someone contests? Like, if you're doing this, what if their support, like Grimstroke or Earth Spirit or something, runs here and tries to fight? Good. That's what you want. Because, as I said, you're trying to put your carry in the most advantageous situation. So, if the carry is fighting 1v2, and then you pull, and then suddenly their support is like, oh shit, I gotta stop this, and then they run, and then they contest you, well, you're fighting the support, meanwhile your carry is laying solo versus the offlaner, and that's much better for him than laying against a dual lane. So you're helping him even in this case. Also, like, you have to watch out if they decide to pull themselves. So, like, sometimes, after farming this, you should, like, check. What if they want to, like, pull like this? I don't remember the timing, it's kind of hard, but, like, I don't know, like 47 or something? I don't know. I don't really play offlane support much, but like, you can make a pull from here to here if you're a dire, or like from here to here if you're radiant. And in that case, well, obviously it's not ideal for you, because then the enemy creeps get denied, so you can try to stop that as well in the meantime. But the most important thing, just keep pulling. If you're carried, I assume this is gonna happen in the 3K or 2K or even 4K bracket, because people like they think they know what to do, but they don't, and they might be like, "Oh, what the fuck is this? Like, why are you not helping me in lane? Hello? Why am I laning solo?" And they might XP you and say report and stuff. Just mute them. Trust me, this is how you win lanes. All right? Let me demonstrate. So, I'm not gonna load up replays, but I think I can show you some games. Alright, what was this lane? Oh, I was playing Silencer Anti-Mage against Tiny Earthshaker, I believe. I don't quite remember. Anyway, so we go back to like I've been doing this for like, I don't know, let's say 7 minutes, right? So let's check our level. So 7 minutes, I'm level 4 as a position 5. I'm very happy about that. My anti-mage is level 4 as well, and this guy's level 3, but I think he rotated a bunch. Yeah, he rotated a bunch to our lane. So we kind of split experience a little bit, and also like I've been in 2 kills, he's been in 4 kills. Anti-mage has been in like 1 and died once. But look at Tiny. Tiny is level 4 and this guy's level 3. So 4 and 4 versus 4 and 3, that's clearly a winning situation, right? Or maybe this guy was off. I don't fucking know. Right. Now if we, alright, be right back actually. Alright, check this lane out. So we were laning against I believe it was against Dirge and Furion. Or maybe like Tiny Furion. Yeah, it was Tiny Furion actually. Yeah, I remember this guy was the biggest pretender I've ever seen. So I was laning with the Juggernaut, who is also like the biggest pretender in Divine, I'm pretty sure. But that's beside the point. So I like, let's say it's 7 minutes, right? I'm level 4. This guy's level 6. This guy's level 3 and this guy's level 4. So it's like, it's a huge advantage in terms of levels. Meanwhile, I'm sure these guys did not do this. I mean, like this guy fed hardcore, I believe. Yeah, he was not very good. But that's relevant because like this guy is 4, this guy is 3, this guy is 5, and this guy is 4. So clearly they did not like their safe lane did not win nearly as hard as us, and I believe that's thanks to my pulling. Now, what if there's a solo offlane? You might ask, does it matter if it's a solo offlane or a duo offlane? No, it doesn't matter, because let me show you. So that was a game against a duo off. Now let me show you a game against a solo off. I believe it was this one. Yeah, this one I popped off so hard. And the only reason I won this game in particular was because we absolutely trashed top. So at like, let's say, I don't know, 7 minutes again. So I'm like level 4 with 4 kills, because I kept like pulling then killing, then pulling then killing. So I'm 202 level 4. This guy is level 6 113, and this guy is like also level 6 13. But notice this guy is laying alone. So it was a solo offlane for some reason. So he was solo laning, and his levels are the same as my Ember Spirit, who was dual laning with me. And that's because instead of sapping his experience and being a useless piece of shit, like most supports are, not to offend anyone, that's just how it is. I pulled and I got my XP and farm from that. And then, even though my TA decided to like grief and ruin, and my Rubik was like, it was literally level 1 at 5 minutes. Like, you can't make this shit up. And this guy was level 2 at 5 minutes. That's a disaster. But just because we won our lane so hard, it didn't matter. And we managed to come back and we managed to win still. Like, look, this guy, he was like 0-7-0 at 30 minutes. Can't believe that. And we still won. Because I enabled my Ember Spirit to carry this game. Like, not to say that I'm the only one that played well. And this Ember, he fucking owned. He's a Divine 4, but he owned. And he's like lower mark than me by a couple hundred points by now. But the fact that I set him up into a position that allowed him to own the game is, I mean, I think it's worth noting. And this is how you win games as position 5. You enable your cores. And this, like doing this strat, is the thing that will enable you personally, that will enable your cores, your safelane core, to do everything in their power to win the game. And even if they're like really dumb or bad, I've had some bad cores, don't get me wrong, but considering the fact that statistically the skill of this guy and the skill of this guy is gonna be the same, if you enable your guy better, they're gonna beat the other idiot, even if they're both equal idiots. So yeah, that was just my mentality, and that's how I climbed back from like 5.2k to 5.5k. And I think with the way this is going, I will keep climbing. Maybe I will even hit 6k. I mean, dream big, right? But even if it doesn't happen, I'm really happy with how this try is going. I learned it by watching BSJ coach a 3k support, by the way. So if you want to watch that as well, highly recommend it. I basically compressed the info into like this video, but I suggest you watch that as well, because it has a lot of extra stuff I didn't mention, and also just general tips on supporting. So yeah, this is how you win your lane. You just pull for it, and that's it. So yeah, my Lich bought a mech, and I have some food to eat. So I'm gonna sign off. Thanks for sticking around. Hope I helped. Bye.